Millions march against the government cuts. But Miliband is booed when he talks of hard choices. Tens of thousands of people marched in London, Glasgow and Belfast today to protest against the government's cuts. Ed Miliband addressed the demonstrators but was booed when he admitted a Labour government would also face hard choices. Harry Smith reports.
They came in their tens of thousands from all over the country, all telling ministers they were out of touch with those they governed. Many of the banners showing their delight at the latest ministerial mishap, which led to the resignation of Chief Whip Andrew Mitchell. What lies behind this march is the conviction that the government's austerity measures simply are not working and are making the lives of many much worse. The unions want the government to change direction. They want it to introduce policies which will stimulate growth and create jobs.
I think it's really important that the government take notice that so many people are fed up with the austerity measures.
Have you ever seen a more incompetent, hopeless, U-turning, pledge-breaking, make it up as you go along, incompetent shower?
Ed Miliband was cheered as he attacked the coalition's record, but his message that even a Labour government would have to take difficult decisions was not what they wanted to hear.
There would still be hard choices. I have said whoever was in government now, there would be some cuts. But this government...
The Conservatives say the rally did not represent most trade unionists. Many of those marching called for a general strike. That's unlikely, but feelings are clearly running high. Harry Smith, ITV News, Central London.
Hello, good afternoon. Tens of thousands of people have been marching in London, Glasgow and Belfast in protest at the government's austerity measures. The demonstrations were organised by the Trades Union Congress. In a speech in London, the Labour leader Ed Miliband called the Prime Minister clueless. But he was booed when he said that Labour would have to make what he called hard choices. John Moylan reports.
At noon in London, they started marching. Up to 100,000 people, health workers and teachers, the old and the young. An estimated 5,000 also took to the streets of Glasgow.
Not just for the ruling classes.
There was a major demonstration in Belfast too, all united with a similar story to tell.
I'm a nurse. I'm sick to death of cuts. I've got a daughter who I hope's going to university for putting the price of everything up. The bankers have just walked away from this and we're paying the price.
I'm a teacher and I see at the ground level the impact that the cuts are making and that they're having. And if we don't invest in our children, we've no future.
This demonstration comes at a key time. Labour's poll ratings are up and there's growing concern about where exactly the economy is now going. So many will see this as an opportunity to step up pressure on the government, which has suffered a series of midterm setbacks.
At a rally in Hyde Park, Ed Miliband was amongst dozens of speakers who said that the government's policies were not working. But there were loud boos when he confirmed that a Labour government would have to make tough choices.
I have said whoever was in government now, there would be some cuts. But this government has shown that cutting too far and too fast, self-defeating austerity is not the answer.
The government insists it won't waver from its plans, and it criticised the Labour leader's presence here today. There was some trouble today.
Stay back!
On Oxford Street there were scuffles between police and anti-tax avoidance groups. And even among mainstream unions, there are some who believe that marches and rallies are not enough, and that the next step should be more widespread industrial action. John Moylan, BBC News in central London.